Hello and welcome to yet another Linux podcast. Today I will be going over my expectations for Big Navi under Linux and an architectural recap of RDNA. When AMD launched their 5700 XT last year, it was a massive leap in efficiency over Vega. The 5700 XT, with just a little over half the number of compute units, could compete with the Radeon 7, and we finally had a worthy challenger to the 1080 Ti from AMD. Big Navi is supposed to represent another efficiency leap. Vega 20 was the last iteration of GCN, which was a very forward-looking architecture when it was released in 2012. It has been the beating heart for every Radeon GPU from the HD 7970 all the way to the Radeon 7. Each GCN compute unit has 4 SIMD cores, each packing 16 stream processors. This is where the 4 wavefronts for every 4 clock cycles came from. Each wave 64 instruction would be broken into 4 SIMD 16 instructions. Since these 4 SIMD instructions were dependent on each other, they could not be executed in parallel. To improve efficiency, the GPU scheduler would take the 4 different wave 64 instructions, each broken into 4 SIMD 16 instruction sets, and execute them in parallel. So on a GCN GPU, we had 4 wavefronts executing per cycle, but they could only be completed in 4 clock cycles. This let GCN have a very high parallel throughput, but that did not translate very well into actual performance because most games used much shorter work queues, which meant that only 1 or 2 of the 4 wavefronts were saturated per cycle. This meant that while GCN was a beast in massive parallel workloads like mining or high-performance computing, on smaller workloads like the ones used in games, it was not as efficient. RDNA changes how the stream processors and wavefronts are used. Each RDNA compute unit has 2 SIMD cores, each packing 32 stream processors instead of 16. And the compute units themselves are arranged in banks of 2 to form a single workgroup processor. Each workgroup processor shares the same data between the 2 compute units. With this arrangement, instead of each compute unit executing a single wave64 instruction in 4 clock cycles, it just takes 1 clock cycle to execute 2 wave32 instructions, and 2 compute units can execute a single wave64 instruction in a single cycle. This results in a doubling of IPC when working with wave64 instructions, and a massive quadrupling of IPC, or instructions per cycle, on wave32. We can see this in action on the 5700 XT. The 5700 XT has 20 workgroup processors, which translates to 40 compute units, and a total of 2,560 stream processors. At comparable frequencies, the 40 compute units of the 5700 XT can match the 60 compute units of Radeon 7, which translates to an efficiency improvement of 150%. If we take that efficiency gain at face value and apply it to a theoretical 60 compute unit RDNA 1 core, we would land between the RTX 3080 and the RTX 2080 Ti, right where the RTX 3070 is supposed to land. This looks like sort of the worst case scenario for AMD. If the RDNA 2 has the same 64 compute unit limit that Vega had, a limit that from an efficiency perspective should not be there, then the RDNA 2 flagship GPU would be around the RTX 3080 in performance. On the other hand, if RDNA 2 can scale up to above 80 compute units, then for the first time in a long time, probably since the Radeon 9700, AMD will have a truly high-performance GPU on their hand. With Big Navi set to launch on October 28th, all these speculations will be finally put to rest. But what about Linux support? Fortunately, AMD seems to be on the ball with Linux support this time around. Vega was one of their most successful Linux launches, with the Linux driver support being available, albeit not mainlined at launch. RDNA 2 Linux support seems to be in pretty good shape, with the relevant code being available in the latest stable kernel, MISA and LLVM releases. In addition, AMD would have the packaged Linux drivers available on launch day for enterprise Linux distributions. As for Linux performance, I'm expecting it to be as fast or slightly slower than the RTX 3080. If the 64CU variant of RDNA2 can match the performance of the RTX 3080 and is priced competitively, then NVIDIA will basically not have any advantage over AMD on Linux. Right now, the only advantage NVIDIA has is that their GPUs are the fastest above the $500 price point. The 5700 XT and Radeon 7 can give the RTX 2080 and 2070 Super a good fight, but neither can match the RTX 2080 Super or the 2080 Ti. The closed versus open driver ecosystem, of course, further compounds this issue, with Linux enthusiasts often forced to choose between high performance and open source. If RDNA2 delivers, that choice now becomes moot, and AMD will be the go-to company for the best out-of-the-box Linux gaming experience.
Right, more of my thoughts on Big Navi. I really hope AMD can knock her out of the park on this one. We really need a flagship on Linux.
You got a favorite poison?
I'm looking for Tong.
Everyone wants to talk to Tom. Check the VIP lounge upstairs.
我的确是从 VIP 房间拿来的，不过也许你是被我的魅力醉倒了吧？
是吗？
可能吧。你是在推口什么？不想
Okay,
让我
that's
帮你
actually
灌醉，
cool.
再占你的便宜。
Actually translate.
你真会挑逗我。
今夜良宵，只要一晚。
Shit, what's going on? My pocket's cemetery.
Okay.
You work here?
Yeah, you could say that.
Good. I need to see your boss.
Really? Well, I'm sorry, Guado. Mr. Tong Zihong sees no one today.
Look, I didn't come halfway around the world to take no for an answer. Do us both the favor and tell me where he is.
Or what? You get mad and tear down a few walls with those enhancements of yours? This place isn't named the Hive for nothing. It's got plenty of work being come out of the paneling to stop you. What is it you think Mr. Tong do for you anyway?
I'm looking for someone. A cybersecurity specialist named Ari Van Bruggen. You know him?
Never heard of him. What do you do? Steal your girl? Owe you money?
He had a job go bad, and now he's on the run from the people who hired him. But you knew that already, because a man like Mr. Tong doesn't hire idiots. And this is the first place people like Van Bruggen come when they need help. So stop wasting my time and take me to the Tong.
You've got it backward, boy. You're wasting my time. Van Bruggen is minor league player. Tong knows who he is. He just don't care. He's got bigger things to worry about.
You expect me to fall for that? Small-timers don't attract this much attention. They don't have bell tower soldiers staking out their apartments. Van Bruggen's pissed off somebody big. And there's no way Tong's going to ignore that kind of development in his town.
You're smarter than you look. Yeah. Tong is keeping a close eye on things. Like you said, he's no fool. Van Bruggen is the hottest thing in town right now. But nobody in Hengshot is going to let an outsider in on the action, especially not Aguayo. You don't know the rules of the game around here.
Give me a break. I've been on this island long enough to know that Van Bruggen can't leave without Tong's help. He has to be hiding in Lower Hengshot somewhere, and Tong can tell me where.
You're pretty quick on the uptake, but you're still behind in the game. We hide Van Bruggen somewhere safe, but Tom's not going to tell you where. Now you can leave here with dignity. You know more than you came in with. Just don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
You'll say anything to get rid of me, won't you? There's no way Tom can hold on to Van Bruggen for long. Not with the kind of resources his enemies are throwing into the search. He'll be dead within a week, and Tong with him. Unless somebody, namely me, takes the heat off, and soon.
I wonder if you would say that if you knew the kind of heat the Dragon Queen gives off. But I won't refuse a gift horse when it's staring me in my mouth. Tong's office is downstairs. I'll radio the others to let you through.
Okay. Now I have to go down.
You see this? Had to screw it up in the fourth. I'm just flushing my money down the pot.
Your Tong.
Hey, you only work that out now. Guess you're not as sharp as you think. How about you tell me who you work for? Then I decide what I tell you about Van Bruggen.
Does the name Seraph Industries ring any bells?
Seraph Industries? Isn't that American company? Stole all the headlines a while back. You're still in business?
Why wouldn't we be?
Check the news. Biotech corporations seem to be failing a lot these days, especially the ones who are making enhancements. Van Bruggen's in the Alice Garden pod. Capsule 301. Place is a rat hole, but it's useful sometimes. Make sure you leave him in the same shape you find him.
And if I don't?
Your call. But those implants of yours might look even more special on somebody else.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Big Navi.
Malik, you were right. Tong is helping Van Bruggen. He stashed him in the Alice Garden pods.
Thought as much. A hacker who knows his way around corporate firewalls would make a valuable asset for the triads. I'm at the pods myself, Jensen. Want me to run interference?
No, don't put yourself at risk. I'm heading there now.
Hey, leaving already, tough guy? Because you might want to go over to the bar and order yourself a drink before you do. Maybe Bobby will have something for you.
Bobby?
The bartender. The real bartender, that is.
Thanks. I just might check that out.
You do that.
You got a favorite poison?
Looks like Tong's running a nice operation here.
You for hire? Because a suspicious man might not appreciate you asking.
A suspicious man might also wonder what kind of job gets handed off to strangers. But alright, I'll bite. What do you offer?
I got a problem I need solving. Trouble is, none of my usual guys are available. And this problem? It involves a woman. Someone who owes strong operation and some money. Getting it out of her is proving to be difficult. It's a dirty job, but it pays well. You interested?
Okay, I'll get the side
Tell me
quest.
more. I'm listening.
That's what I like to hear. This woman, Jaya, she's a broker. Highly competitive field in Hengsha. But without the right skills, her business wasn't doing so well. So we helped her out. Gave her a nice social enhancing upgrade chip so she could understand her client's needs. Now, it's time to pay us what's due, but she says she won't.
So basically, you want me to be your collector?
Yes, but it's not as simple as that. The girl's gone into hiding and thinks we won't find her. But she also took her phone and computer along to keep her business alive.
Not very smart. Assuming you've got the equipment to track those.
We don't exactly. But we know someone who does. And that's where you come in. Our tower set up a surveillance network around town. A series of relay antennas. I need you to hack them. 3 relays should be enough for us to access the database and triangulate Gaya's position.
Then I go get your money.
Exactly. The first relay is on the rooftop of a 4-story building in the Yuzhou district. I assume you've got an info link in Wayfinder package in those fancy orgs of yours? I'll upload the coordinates and then contact you once you hack in.
Okay. Now, as I was saying, Big Navi really needs to be the flagship because it'll be the best open source GPU we've got so far. Right now, everyone's just stuck on Radeon 7 or the 5700 XT. On Linux, the Radeon 7 is actually a little faster than the 5700 XT.
如果你不怕死，可以去换他们手上都有什么。
再等一下嘛，等我赚够了钱，我们就可以去找个公寓搬进去住嘛。
那我们现在不得不做。我前阵子回纽约的时候。
Oh, wait. I need to do the side quest first.
超人类组的观点，然后呢，这样我们也知道。
Alright, use out of district. Wrong way.
Good job, Lao Wei. I see you found
there
the
we
first
go.
relay. Now hack it and turn off its security protocols.
nuke it. Or I can just capture it. Let's nuke it. Capture. Capture. Capture.
Access granted.
Okay.
One down, two to go, my friend.
One down. Okay, it's over here. Right there, though. Okay, there we go.
Access granted.
Good. Second relay is down. Only one remaining.
Okay, now how do I get there? Can I jump? Okay. Okay.
Wait, 谁呀？
Okay, I think.
Well, it was a black day when that happened.
Okay, let's go back up. Okay, that's not end. Looks like I am on the right track. Okay. 3 of those, right? Let's do this one first.
Access denied.
Hag. Okay. Anyway.
Access denied.
Okay. I might need to quit my hacking. Do I have a box? Yes, I do. Okay. That's fully upgraded. Okay, I think I should upgrade Thermal Llama next. Okay, anyway. Anything else I have to say with Big Navi? Alright, so the patch with the ACPI PCI thing for my Dell G5, it's finally gone upstream. It's there in Linux Git. It should be hitting the stable kernels soonish. Okay, now The thing is, this has a... Okay. And done.
Access granted.
Excellent work. I'm starting the triangulation now. Should have a location very soon. And I've got it. Jaya is hiding in an apartment building called the Hengsha Court Gardens in the Yuzhou district. I'm sending you her coordinates. Get over there and get us the money she owes.
Back to Hengsha Court then. Yeah, so the patch is live. Right now though I am on a default kernel without the patch, so my clock speeds aren't what they are supposed to be. But let's go through here. But I should have the kernel compiled and ready fairly soon. Might make another video about it, but maybe not. Or I might just wait for it to land in one of my stable kernels. I'm still a little worried about the clock speed bug, but hopefully the SUSE devs will catch that before they patch it in. Uh-huh. Okay, I have a feeling this is not gonna be good.
Who are you? Another one of Tong's thugs? Well, get out! I told him I won't pay another credit.
Let's try diplomatic.
Look, I know this is not an ideal situation, and I'm not proud that I gotta do this. But Tom's crew wants the money you owe them.
Oh, you poor boy. Having trouble dealing with the dirty job you have to do? And I should feel sorry for you? Reality check, taxman. You're here to steal money from me.
Stealing? They got you the augmentation you needed, and they expect you to pay for it. Not the most charitable thing to do, but I would hardly call it stealing.
Are you really that gullible? Tong doesn't run a buy now, pay later operation. It's more like a buy now, pay forever. Listen, I just started as a broker. Most other brokers come from rich families. They paid for augments that give them an incredible edge in the business. There's no way I could afford anything like that through legal channels.
So you cut a deal with a crime syndicate.
I didn't study this hard to end up with nothing. Once I made enough money, I offered to pay for the aug. But no, what they want is part of my monthly profits. They say that they're entitled to it since it's their upgraded enhancement chip that helped me make that money.
Couldn't you work without the augment? You wouldn't have gotten into so much trouble if you played by the rules.
Play by the rules? Let me tell you a little story about playing by the rules. I come from a poor family. My father, my mother, my 2 sisters, and 3 brothers, none of them ever amounted to much. When I tried to do better, when I made efforts in school, they said I was wasting my time. I got into business school, and again, they said I was wasting my time. That I could never compete with all those rich kids and their tutors and extra classes.
Well, you did.
I did. I finished top of my class, without the extra help and special attention, only through blood, sweat, and tears. And then what did my classmates do? They cheated. They once again bought their way to success. And what did my family say? That I had wasted my time. I was just supposed to accept defeat after all the efforts I've made? No. No way.
How much are they asking from you?
A couple hundred credits every month. Doesn't look like much, but in the long run, let's just say they've made a very lucrative deal. Especially if you consider I'm not their only client.
How did you meet Tom?
The same way most people end up meeting Tom. I was hurt when one of his hounds smelled blood. They came to me and offered me help. I was intelligent enough to know it was a bad idea, but angry enough not to care.
Listen, maybe I can speak to one of Tom's men. Try and get you off the hook.
You would do that? I thought you were just another one of his mindless thugs. It's hard to properly express what this could mean for me.
Don't thank me yet. I can't guarantee they'll listen, but I'll try.
Okay. Now I have to go all the way back to Bobby Bad. Let's hope he listens to reason. If he doesn't, I probably will have to punch him. Although I am running a little short on ammo. Okay, let's go back up. Right track. This looks a bit familiar. Yeah. Going around in circles. Okay. This is the map. Here. Okay, let's just get to the metro station. Okay, I'm in the wrong place. I have to go to... the hive, right? I should be here somewhere. Ah, this is the hive. Isn't it? Okay, now this isn't the hive. Where am I? Okay. I was here. Let's try and completely.
Access granted.
Nice.
What can I get you?
Hey, about that job?
You found Jaya yet? You need to get back the money she owes us.
What's it gonna take for you to leave Jaya alone for good?
I don't understand. Didn't you get the money?
I know about the Charlotte scam you're running. Get her the augmentation she wants and then bleed her with monthly payments for the rest of her life. I want to know what it's gonna take for you to leave her alone for good.
A cyborg with a heart of gold, are we? Tell you what, Guido. You give me a year's worth of payments and she's free.
I don't carry that kind of cash around.
Then quit wasting my time.
Okay, now I have to get credits. Damn, I shouldn't have. Okay, I have 2,000 credits. I shouldn't have bought that Praxis. Okay, I'll complete the main mission first and then do the side quest. And then finish the side quest. That should give me credits. Well, either that or I can knock off some ATMs. I wonder if I can. I have to go to Alice Pods. Should be down here somewhere. Okay, I'm getting a bit of stutter. I think it's because... well, it is because of CPU heating up. So I'm gonna stop recording here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want to help me out, if you like my content, please do consider subscribing to my Patreon. And I shall catch you guys in the next one.